Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with match number 3. We're actually queued up into an 8-man queue. An 8-man queue was ready to fire, so we queued it up. So you might get a bonus matchup. We can go all the way to the finals with the deck. This hand is okay. It's not the greatest. We do have a turn 2 play, a turn... We have a nice curve here. A turn 2, 3, 4, and 5 play with Temple of Mysteries. So actually... we need to draw into an untapped land for that to actually happen. But Icefeather Aven can come out and cause some havoc early on. We're up against a red-green deck. Right now, the only red-green deck that I know of is a red-green aggressive deck, so the Hornet Nest in the sideboard is going to be key to this matchup. Unfortunately, we have that in the sideboard, not the main board. And Dissipate will be okay. Again, we won't be able to cast on turn 3 unless we get an untapped land here. And I think that I actually will... I'm going to bottom this. And I might not even Icefeather Aven. I might just put out a Temple of Mystery next turn just to guarantee that we can cast everything else on time. So no turn 2 play on his part. And there's a forest anyway, even though we did bottom, which I think we'll just end up playing it, and we will Icefeather Aven. So, it's a 2-2. It puts some nice pressure. It will eat a lightning strike, most likely. If he doesn't take care of it, then we have the temples, or excuse me, the Boon Satyr and the Boon Satyr, or the Dissipate on the Boon Satyr on the Icefeather Aven, and then we can protect it with a Dissipate, is what I'm trying to say here. Alrighty. Ninth of Shrine Next, this is going to be the old school red-green devotion. But without a turn, it does look like there will be a turn 3 play, which will be a Hornet's Nest, which is not going to do much against a flyer. I think that we can go ahead and just put out the Yavimaya Coast. I do want to counter everything from now on, or at least have that option. Next turn, he could actually put out Xenagos, which is something I do want to counter. So I'll just get in here for 2 in the air, and the nest does not fly, which is very, very, very funny that it doesn't fly. The hornets themselves fly, but the nest must be on the ground. Let's go pass a turn here, and then again hold up that Dissipate mana. And Hordeling Outburst is something I don't think I'm terribly worried about. So there's going to be some sort of... Yeah, Xenagos is going to be a key card in this deck to generate mana. And that's probably why he's using the Hordeling Outburst. You have like a Polukranos in here as well. Or not Polukranos, excuse me, a Perforos in here. But we'll just continue to hold everything back. And... I'm going to put that on top. That's fine. And at this point, I do believe I can race. Yeah. We'll keep tempoing him down. He's missed a land drop. Next turn, I still can't safely put out a bird on and keep up Dissipate mana because it's another comes into play tap land. But eventually we'll be able to start casting the... if I race here, just the more I get him down, the quicker it is for just that one turn kill. The Boon Satyr on the Aven will be 6 damage, and then I can Boon Satyr on the Boon Satyr Aven, and that will be a 10 damage, which will be exactly lethal if that's the case. So I can easily dissipate whatever he puts out here. And just going to let those go through. I could Boon Satyr and block 1, but not a big deal. At this point, can I keep 2 of them back? Yeah, that's fine. I don't think I care about dissipating that. I do need to leave back my bird from now on, though. So I'm not going to get in there for the damage. I'm going to keep the bird back. I could actually... Well, I could cast a Polukranos here. Yeah, Polukranos is fine. We'll attack in. I still think he's a ways off from really doing anything. If he casts a Xenagos, though, he could go crazy. Which might be what's in his hand. So I could kick myself if this is a Xenagos in his hand, but I'd love to just establish Polukranos. But it looks like he's going for it, so it could be like Trumpet Blast in his hand. Which just means I'm dead, but I just take some damage and kill off a token. Which is fine. See if another Hornet's Nest comes out. And now I have a Negate, which I can safely play on an Aven, or an Icefeather Aven. So we're in great shape. Just continue to pick him down with the bird. And he's still stuck on that land. And he's going to continue to tack in. Which puts me down to a 9. I mean, maybe he's just trying to get me into burn range. And Hordeling Outburst at this point, I do believe needs to be negated. Guarantee a Purphoros is in this deck. And to be honest with you, I just want to spend some mana. I'm just going to kill off one of these tokens. So I can safely put out an Icefeather Aven this time. Let's go ahead and put this on the bottom. Go ahead and cast a Icefeather Aven. Attacking with the Icefeather Aven. Put him down to a 10. Man, Anger is looking really good against me right here. If he has an Anger of the Gods. No, I can Dissipate it. Who am I joking? But an Anger here, if I did not have the Dissipate, puts in 6. Interesting deck. I wonder if Hornet Queens are going to be in here, Hornet's Nest are going to be here, Purphoros is going to be in here. I think I saw a deck of the very first of the season that was much like this. I think even Chord of Callings are in here. Another Icefeather Aven. Let's continue to go ahead and swing in. And now we have lethal on board for next turn with a Dissipate up. So Negate actually seems incredibly good. Disdainful Stroke seems good for this deck. What if Rabble Masters are in here as well? Rabble Masters, Hornet Queen, Hornet Nest. If I were to build this deck, what would I put in? And those would be the cards. Purphoros is 100% going to be in here. So I'm thinking Purphoros is something we may need to unravel. But I didn't see it, though, so I'm not going to dedicate it until I do. We have Dissipates and Dissolves and everything like that. I think that we'll bring in the Negates. We'll bring in the Disdainful Strokes. We will... Icefeather Aven seem pretty good. I still like the one of Sagu Mauler. I do like the one of the Polukranos. Chasm Skulker might be the cut. Horizon Chimera is still good. Boon Satyr, in all honesty, might be the cut. It seemed kind of deader in the hand. I'm going to cut the Boon Satyrs. And go ahead and submit this. So, of course, this is an unkeepable hand. We got to ship this back. And this is worse. And we'll end up keeping this. It's not a great hand by any means. So there's a Disdainful Stroke. I think we'll just... I'm going to just Temple of Mystery. I don't think there's any point to an Elvish Mystic here. Yeah, I'm glad I did that because we can put this forest on bottom, so now we don't have to draw into another dead card. And see if he's got a turn 2 play in the form of like a Voyaging Satyr. It's a Sylvan Caryatid. It's going to help him ramp into something. And now we can, this turn, we can throw out Double Elf. And we need to draw into some sort of card draw. But this isn't looking good for us. This isn't the type of hand that you actually want counter magic in now. You want to establish at least one threat. Like an Icewing Aven would have been nice. Of course, our Crewfix is going to find him in Mountain. So I know that I do have answers for my... Or I do have targets for my Unravel the AEther if I decide to put it in. I don't know if a Courser's too threatening at this point. So in Icefeather Aven, we do need to just get it out. And I think I just will morph it. Instead of leaving up a Negate. Yeah, I think putting this morphing this is a little more powerful. Alright, so we'll pass a turn. And this will allow us to at least pop back a token. Got another Courser coming up. We know he has a Rugged Highland in hand. And a Wooded Foothills maybe doesn't want that other Courser. Yep, so he's going to ship back the other Courser off the top of his library. And we do know he has a Hornet Queen. So Hornet Queen is something I will need to be mindful of and hold that dissolve slash negate. Not negate. Disdainful Stroke. Really no dead draws at this point. I can cast basically everything in my deck. Oh, that hurts. See what he's definitely going to put out a Satyr token. No, he's actually going to add mana. I don't know if I can deal with the Xenagos, and I'm wishing the Negate would have been left in my hand. And he puts out the Hordling Outburst. And he's going to attack in with the Courser. So that's not good. We have a Polukranos. We do need to dissolve. I kind of just want to attack everything into Xenagos and get rid of those. Yeah, I'm going to attack into Xenagos. And I think a trade for 2 goblins is fine at this point. And he just throws 1 in front of it, and that's the perfect scenario for that to happen. I do believe he is going to plus up Xenagos again for the Hornet Queen. And this is only returns a creature, not a permanent. So, I mean, the more he keeps drawing into Hornet Queens each turn. So he'll plus this out of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the Hornet Queen. I'm just going to Disdainful Stroke it or Dissolve. Dissolve is more flexible. So he's going to add, yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gotta think that he's going to go for a Genesis Hydra would be worse because even if I counter the Genesis Hydra, it still triggers off whatever's on top of the library. But if it is a Hornet Queen, we counter it. So there's the Hornet Queen. And I will dissolve it. And Chasm Skulker. I think I'd rather hit a land. We'll put the Chasm Skulker on the bottom. And he's going to attack in for 3. Which Again, we did not hit that land drop. I think we just run out Polukranos. We'll keep back. Nah, we'll attack into Xenagos. See if he blocks with the Sylvan Caryatid. He does block. And we'll go ahead, throw out Mr. Polukranos, and hope he's just got dead cards in his hand. We know that one is a Rugged Highland, so he's going to draw into a Courser, and he has a Rugged Highland, and then one other unknown card, and we don't know anything about it, whether it's a high mana cost, low mana cost. We've done good for 5 cards, though. 5-card mulligan on the draw. So it must be something juicy, as he is adding the 4 mana. If it's another Hornet Queen, that's going to be very, very tough to deal with. Just a Hornet's Nest and a Courser. So Stoke the Flames is coming up. We can pounce down Xenagos next turn is what we are going to do. And we could actually return the... Yeah, I'd love to play Kiora here, but the correct play is going to be... Morph this guy face up, return the Hornet's Nest to its owner's hand, and then swing with Polukranos. No, I can't even swing in with Polukranos. Yeah, we'll just attack in with a little Icefeather. Get Xenagos away from ulting. And the one card in hand we know is the Hornet's Nest. And then the good news is, though, we got a flyer he can't deal with. He had Wooded Foothills. He's got to stoke the flame. It could actually stoke me. I got to be careful of that. And yeah, I knew that Perforos was going to be in here. So I do need to find an answer for Perforos. No, we can Disdainful Stroke it. I will make the block with the Polukranos if he does attack him with the Courser. We'll get a Stoke the Flames and a Courser out of the way, which at this point I think might be pretty decent. So... yeah, that wouldn't matter. I have to block something. We're going to be taking 6. Wonder if he just stokes me. I think it's in his best interest to stoke the Polukranos. Because he'll lose his Caryatid here, though. Yeah. And unfortunately, we have to keep up the Disdainful Stroke. And I could only get him down to a 3. And there's the Hornet's Nest. So I need to draw into... I don't. It probably doesn't even matter what I draw into at this point. Because I have to keep up the Disdainful Stroke. And I'd have to tack into Xenagos here. So unfortunately, Xenagos is going to get us. As I can't block enough here. And he cast a Rabble Master came in his hand. Oh, did he shuffled away the Polukranos? So Rabble Master something... Yeah, I can't even do anything about the Rabble Master. I'm gonna actually concede this one. And go back to the sideboard here. Again, Reclamation Sage does have... Well, Unravel the AEther has a better plan. I think I'm just going to keep one, though. If I draw it, I draw it. And I don't know how well I like the Sagu Mauler in this case. I know that if I get it out quick enough, it can just go through a lot of stuff, but I'm going to cut it. I think it's the weakest of the cards. And we'll just try to play a tempo route. I'm going to submit this and hopefully get a good draw here off the bat, which this isn't a great draw. I'm going to keep it because we're close to actually casting a Divination, which will get us back in this. And our opponent has to mulligan this time. And it's his turn to go down to 5. But we don't have the strongest hand. One card, though, gets us into the Divination range, which will hopefully find us enough. We can counter any of his threats. But if we miss this next land drop, we're in terrible shape. Oh, our opponent misses land 2. No, he doesn't. Okay, so he's slow rolling me there. And now Scry, see what he does with the card. Puts it on the bottom. Did not like what he saw. And we miss. We unfortunately missed the land drop. So, is what it is. We do have action we can unravel. We have negate for anything he puts out here. If he Hordeling Outbursts, I will negate. If he Coursers, I can't do anything against a Courser. I think Courser's just going to get me. Unfortunately, he has a Knight that's trying to Nix. It's going to give so much card advantage. And if I draw into a card here, I have to try to establish something. And it doesn't matter. We completely miss. I think I'll just throw away this Jace's Ingenuity. I hate losing games like this. I think it is a keepable hand. As just one more card, we would have been fine. Or one more land. He's going to get advantage off of the forest. Off the Courser Crewfix. I hope that he throws out like a Xenagos here. And not like a Rabblemaster. And I guess I could have unraveled. I should have unraveled there. Yeah, that was silly of me. Not to unravel that Courser. Because now I have to just take this 2 damage. And Hordeling Outburst I will negate. I don't like to negate that because it's not the greatest threat. Temple of Mystery will allow me to put that on top. And I think I just will unravel the Courser. But if he casts anything this turn, I'm in terrible, terrible shape. As I have no counter magic up. Five mana for a Genesis Hydra, which finds nothing. So it's just going to be a 3/3, which I can deal with. We know he's got one forest in hand. And I will put this on top. It gets us back in. Do I keep up a negate? I don't think I do. I think I just Divination here. And find Elvish Mystic, which I don't like. I just hope he draws dead for the next few turns. But definitely a play mistake that is costing me this. I should have unraveled that Courser when I had the opportunity. And then that would have allowed me to... Jeez, Genesis Hydra again for 3. And he's going to Chord of Calling for 3. But he can get a Goblin Rabblemaster. That is very, this will be very difficult for me to deal with. In fact, I probably have to spend a Chimera on it. And maybe Chasm Skulker is just the better card here. So, I hate doing this. I think it's the best play, though, is to put out the Chasm Skulker and the Elvish Mystic, and hopefully he just whiffs. And we can last a few turns taking some hits. But that is definitely not what we wanted to, yeah. So, Chasm Skulker and Horizon Chimera are going to have to bite the... Jeez. Might just have to throw the Elvish Mystic in front of the Goblin Rabble Master here to absorb some damage. I guess I could put both in front of it. You know what? That's actually the smarter play. Yep. So at least allows me to kill off a Rabble Master. I still take 3, though. And I don't get any value out of the Skulker. And it looks like he's still, yeah, he got a Caryatid. A Caryatid, and he still has 1 forest in hand. We know he's got that in hand. Unfortunately for us, though, I'm going to have to throw this Horizon Chimera under the Goblin Rabble Master. And still take 7. And it looked like he drew into a Stoke. Yeah, Stoke the Flame, and that's going to do it. So I feel really bad for this one. I feel like I punted this game terribly bad with the not unraveling sooner. And giving him that one card advantage of getting that land off his top drew me to that pivotal Chord of Calling, which I think could have made this game a lot different. I mean, this is a very winnable matchup, though. We'll go into another match here. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Playing on a Budget. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Gathering Magic and check out our Playing on a Budget playlist, which contains every episode. Thanks again, and hope to see you soon.